Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I have another process video today. I'm filming this weekend. I am playing along with the Lotta Loves paper Facebook group. They're doing an online crop that I'm playing along with, and this one is for challenge number 9, which is it's an 80s weekend, so that everything is like related to 80s music, 80s, 90s music. And so this challenge was Spice Girls to become one. And they give you 3 options, and you can do one or all. Just pick one. And it was scrap about sports and have the number 1 in your title. And there was something else. So I chose to scrap about sports because me and my fiance at the end of last year, right before Christmas, our present to each other was we went to Nashville, Tennessee, and seen the Saints and the Titans play a football game, and we're Saints fans. So it was perfect. I just got this not too long ago. It was a Saints paper pack so that I could document the trip. And so I have this beautiful picture here of me and my fiance in our Saints gear, and the stadium and the football stadium, Nissan Stadium, behind us and everything. It was during an intermission. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to leave it at the 4x6 size because I want us and I want the stadium in there. I went ahead and did my journaling before I started because I wanted to make sure I had it. So I did it on this. This came with some cut aparts, and it had this little journaling thing, and it says the Saints. I went on my Cricut, and I cut out a football helmet in what I thought was black, but it seems to be a very deep charcoal gray, but I'm gonna make it work. So this paper pack is really cool. It's got a lot of different, like, here's the cut apart that I got that from. So I don't know if I'm gonna incorporate this because I don't have a lot of embellishments to go along, but this page I more so want this, I want the helmet and the picture to basically, and the papers to be the main focal point. I don't really want to overpower it. So I figured I'd use this for my background, which is the other side of that cut aparts, because it's the Saints colors, so black and gold. And then I've got this fun one that's all football related. And then this sheet right here, and on the back side of this is, so these are the back sides. This one says, I love my Saints. So I'm going to use small portions of this one and this one. Sorry, I'm shaking the thing. And see where this takes. And I grabbed, because this is for a challenge, so I couldn't use what I had in my February large kit that is diminished into absolutely pretty much nothing. And I opened up several more page kits just to get through the month, but I'm really excited with all the product that I have been able to use. So I just went into my little container and grabbed the metallic, the black and gray, and the brown and tan containers to get some embellishments out of. So like I said, I have really no idea other than that on what I'm going to do. I do know I want the football helmet to be down about here. And I'm going to put this journaling card in there, and I'm going to have the picture just kind of sitting over here. So I know that's my plan. I want to back this in the I love the Saints, because I love the Saints. And to be fair, I love football. I didn't really have a team. Like, if I was leaning towards a team, funny thing was just we laughed at, because at the beginning of the year, he was like, you have to pick a team. And I was like, all right, fine, Kansas City. And my son was like, fine, I'll pick a team, the 49ers. Well, that's who played in the Super Bowl. So we were like, God, we should have went with our own picks, Robbie, because he converted us. He is a major New Orleans Saints fan, and he converted us, which I'm like, that's fine, I can be a Saints fan. Like, I wasn't all like, all dead set on being a Chiefs fan, but then, when they went to the Super Bowl, I was like, dang it. And he's like, yep. He's like, see, All right, I'm gonna go a little wider because I can always trim back. I cannot take off. So I'm kind of leaving it to where you can see that I love my Saints. I'm trying to not hurt that paper, so I don't know if I like that. I always forget, you guys. I'm gonna pop this up on some fun foam. So we're just gonna do that. Oh, probably could use the whole thing, huh? So I'm just gonna trim this. This is just the cheap dollar foam that you, or dollar foam, the fun foam that you get from, I get it from the Dollar Tree. So I don't spend that much on it. I get like a huge pack for $1. And I haven't had to buy any kind of foam in a while. Like, I was a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, as y'all know, and like every time I placed an order, I always got the little, they call them Stampin' Dimensionals, which is just like the little pop dots. And I have a lot of them, which I'm trying to use, but man, I really just, I'm not gonna lie, I hate having to tear all those little pieces of, you know, the backing off of, and then they just get like everywhere. And then I'm constantly picking up those little pieces of just straight trash. So, and I had this stuff on hand because I used to be a, when my son was in Cub Scouts, I used to be a scout leader, and so like arts and crafts projects, like, so obviously, you know, we did stuff with foam, and I had a lot of this, and I was like, you know what, I wonder if I could use that. And then I actually seen people like on YouTube years ago when I got back into it and started watching all the Facebook videos, that they were using it as well. I mean, they use like, I know there's the Michaels brand and stuff like that, but I have not had to buy any fun foam since, you know, I started using it, because I had so much for being a Cub Scout leader for so many years. You know, and every time I go in there, I just kind of like grab a little bit. You know, because when you have that many boys, and you always want to make sure you had some, so yeah, so that's why I like literally, I mean, it's dwindling down because I am using it more now than I ever had in the past. So, and like I said, I try to use the pop dots just because I want to, you know, use it up, but I don't like it. I don't like doing all the little, you know, that works just as good as, it works just as good, you know. So alright, so I'm gonna put some adhesive, because I'm gonna get this stuck down, because I pretty much know the basis of my layout that I want. So I'm just gonna get this put down. And I use the liquid glue, which is in my fine liner bottle. It's just the Art Glitter Glue. And then just regular adhesive. So, I don't know. Because it's not gonna... Ugh, I don't like that. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pop this off. I'm gonna flip it over, and we're gonna use this side just to slightly frame it. So we're gonna use that to give it a little bit of a border. Because I don't really wanna, isn't that weird? Like, I'm not trying to be a hoarder, But I have so many pictures from this trip that I don't really want to just waste it either. So what I'm going to do, though, is I am going to put a strip. I'm going to put a border. At the top end, then see how that looks. Okay. So I was thinking maybe put a border up here. And then I got this little one that just says Saints down here. Yeah, I'm digging that. And I will use my liquid adhesive again for this one because I don't know, like that one up there is bigger, but I don't wanna. So I'm gonna have to fiddle with it to make it line up. And I'm just gonna hold it for a little bit, so. I need to refill my glue. So it's been a fun weekend. I've been playing along with this online crop all weekend. So and I know that they are giving away prizes and stuff. So if anybody is interested, you can play along and submit your pictures or your layouts up until I believe the end of the month. And today is only the 23rd. So I got a lot going on. I'm still participating in the Load Challenge over at scraphappy.org, and I know she's getting ready to host March as her, what she calls a Calvin ball, and it gives you prompts, and it basically, I mean, I like the Load. I did pay to participate for that one. The Lot of Loves paper is a free cyber crop, but the Load Challenge, it was like, I believe it was $35, and because I paid for it, I have to scrapbook at least one layout a day, and that has really, really pushed me to get back in my craft room and just really get working, like, you know, seriously get in, you know, because I don't, you know, because there are prizes that you get just for participation and stuff, and no, it's you know, it's not about the prizes. But she's been giving away some really good stuff, and obviously I would like a chance to win. So if you don't do the daily layout, then yeah, you can't win. So it's just helped me to really, really, I have scrapbooked on a minimum 1 page a day. Now, I know for a lot of people it's like, oh, how do you do that? Because, you know, I work a full-time job, you know, and I don't work anywhere near my home, so I have an hour that it takes me an hour to get to work, an hour to get home to work, and then, you know, dinner and life, and so I tend to go to bed pretty darn early, and I get up really early because I go to bed so early, so in the morning is when I do most of my scrapping. So like I'll get up at like 3-4 o'clock in the morning. I always do the dishes from the night before if I hadn't finished them. I, you know, do a load of laundry, and I come in my scrap room and I work on that challenge, and I get at least one layout done that morning and maybe start on another one, which is fine. And then so I know it's, you know, and then I feel good because, you know, I've completed it, I've worked my way through it, and it's just, I don't know, it makes me feel good. I'm just saying. So since they're gold, we're going to have to use some gold. Now I'm just going to kind of go through my gold stuff here and see. We need like a title. So I'm just going to grab some stuff that I would like to try to use. And and I know I had some football stuff, but I think, honestly, I think that I put a page kit together for to scrap with this stuff. So I think there's one down here, but I'm lazy. I'm not gonna lie to you, and I did not want to look for it. So I was like, you know what? There are tons of other pictures, so I can definitely, it'll be okay. I'll be able to use them, and if I for some reason don't, well, there is always next year. I'm sure we will go again because we had a lot of fun. He is like the best travel partner I've ever had in my life. I'm so glad I chose him. Cute. There's just so many. I did not realize how much metallic stuff I had. And I didn't even realize that was probably giving you guys crazy amount of glare, so I'll hurry up. Alright. So that was that one. Now let's go through the black. See what we can use. I don't need a journaling spot because I already did that. Premium quality. Oh, I do love us. I just filled some of these up. Oh, I had to do a black and white layout as well for one of these challenges. So, and my fiance was home all day. He didn't leave till like 1, and then my mom called and she was like, will you come help me? So then me and my son went and helped her. Together we laughed so much, that is true. So I just got home and I was like, oh, now I gotta, now I gotta work, woohoo! But this is fun kind of work, all right? So, all right, what do we got going on here? So like I said, this is pretty much, I was just kind of looking for a title and maybe some small bitty embellishments. So I'm thinking, that's kind of not gold though. That's more rose gold. What do you guys think? Yeah, that's more rose gold. Oh goodness. I cannot think straight today. All right, so I like this one. If she's a Saints fan, then she's the keeper. I'm trying to. It's really not anything that I can use. I mean, that's kind of cool, but it's not really a title, you know. I'm looking for a title. I've had 3 of these, but I'm like super proud. I mean, like, I am getting a lot of use, and I am like, even though like I have the letters, I'm like looking like, I mean, there are a lot of numbers in this pack, so at some point maybe, I don't know what I'm gonna do, to be honest with you, but I've been like cutting them and trying to make them into the letters. So like I'm using all the Q's for A's. Even though I have A's in this pack, I'm still taking the Q's and making those. So like, but I've used all the Q's. So yeah, so like I don't use a lot of B's. I mean, what's left is, I mean, I have done a lot of layouts, and I'm very impressed with, you know, like J's. So like I'm literally just making the letters as I go, because I need to figure out what to do, because I don't know about you guys, but I end up with like letters that I'm never gonna use. And then once you run out of vowels, what do? You know? See, and there's no N's. But I've been using the U's as N's you know, because I can use these V's as U's. So, just so you know. Now, I think the T is what I'm going to have a problem with, but I feel like what I did for that was, because I don't have any T's in this one either, so clearly need to be more T's. I did this. Took this F and I made it into a T. You know, maybe you can tell. I mean, I don't really care if it's okay. I'm okay with it because I'm using up letters that probably wouldn't, and that's how I've used up most of the F's. Saints. I wonder what the title would be. Saints Love. Saints Journey. Yeah, that doesn't really make sense, does it? But you know what? Does it have to make sense? No. I mean, there's a lot of pages that I don't have titles on. I know. Cringe, cringe, cringe. But it's okay. Now, where do I want this at? Do you want the title up there? Or do you think the title would be cool if I like, oh yeah. If I like did this. S-A. And these are like really, really good sticky ones. Because they're foam. So, like the chipboard ones, and even some of the, like the ones that kind of, like these ones, these do, I mean, they're like squishy, they're kind of plastic, kind of hard, kind of squishy. They do not stick at all. The chipboard ones, they do not stick at all. So, I've had to trying to see, maybe just trimming this to see if I can get this to wrap a little better around that helmet. So maybe if we do that. Oh yeah, I just gotta make sure there's no like sharp edges because it's all bubbly and flowy. So yeah, so I'm just gonna cut that to make it bend to my will. So that way that it doesn't look awkward, because that, you know, the Saints curved with it so well. All right, loving it. Now just a couple, so this was, I believe, the 21st of December, I hope. Normally I would check my phone, but you guys are filming on it, so. Of 2019, so let's just put 2. And these right here came from Pink Paisley. I think it's Confetti Wishes. Does that sound right to you guys? It's a birthday collection, and I got it from Peachy Cheap. And I used it for a little bit as a collection, which was not very much. I kept it together as a collection for a while, and just recently I decided that that is not my ideal way to scrapbook. So I cut up all the collections and sorted them into these little containers. And that has actually worked wonders. And this is just wax paper. So I can see what I wanted to do with my title. I'm sure we all know. So let's put that over. And this game was, we went and we were kind of like, all right, we got to tone it down because We're not at a Saints, you know, we're not at the Saints Stadium. We're at the Titans, so obviously it's going to be like their fans, and yeah, I mean, like, no, that was not the case. Like, there was so many Saints fans there. It was insane. Like, the Saints fans way outnumbered the Titans fans, which is, you know, I guess that was good for us, and the Saints won, which is even better. But it was like, you kind of felt bad for the little Titans. I mean, like, they were giving away season passes, and there was a guy there that was a Titans fan, and he was like, oh, they do it all the time because, you know, he's like, clearly nobody comes and watches the games. And I was like, well, that's sad, you know, because they're a new team. I want to use Journey. I was going to try to push this under there, but we're just going to... It's a 2019 Journey, because it was. It was. Like I said, very minimal embellishments. And that star must have fallen out, but I want to put this little guy, and this has got one of those little, it must have been connected to something because it's got one of those little tabs on there that I'm just going to cut out. And this looks like I cut out of something. I'm just going to trim it real close to make it look like it's supposed to look like that. We're just going to put that right over there. Just, I don't know. I really don't. I really have no words for why I did that, but not going to use that guy. Not going to use that guy. I am going to try to use this heart. I'm probably not even going to use that. And I think that's it. I got my title, and like I said, it is for the Lotta Loves paper online crop. If you haven't checked them out, go ahead. I recommend, you know, I'm just a member of their Facebook group, but it has been a lot of fun to play along, and they have helped me. So far, this is the 9th page that I have done today. So, and it's something that, it's, you know, they've had like a lot of things, like, you know, do a man or boy and this and that, and then, so it's made me really dig into my photos and really get out some pictures that I haven't got a chance to scrap yet. So thumbs up if you like the video. Go ahead and click that subscribe button below if you would like to see more videos that I put out, and see you guys next time. Bye.